All right, I get to do a video now that I'm not getting pounded by my school schedule on the Friday. Your boy Biscuits from Heaven with a hip hop. It's not a review. It's just a couple of names I think you should listen to. No bars intended. And today I'm gonna be looking at two baby rappers. Um, Not literal embryos, but adults with the name baby in their name. Uh, so coincidentally, we would have Genius, the corniest platform in music, other than Complex, mentioning a bunch of babies. Don't know who this is, but he looks like pretty cool dude. Lil Baby, Babyface, Da Baby, and moving on. So we we have Baby Keem, who had quite the interesting project, in my opinion, and Die for My Bitch. Now you look at this guy, pretty cool looking dude, look a little bit like Khalid, mixed with like Jalen Brown. Uh, pretty nice looking dude, honestly. I mean, pause. A pretty friendly looking fella, a real chivalrous young. Well, fuck it. Let's get to the music. So, this DJ Booth, one of the more popular low key blogs from the early 2010s, did a one listen review to this joint, and something new to me. I didn't know this dude. I guess he ghost wrote or just maybe straight up wrote "Num Num Juice" by Q, and these couple tracks from J Rock. Got some production from Cardo. I assume Cardo got wings. I would like DJ Booth respected the guy by dropping his whole name, and yeah. So we got. I want to look over some of the, like their thoughts over this project because I don't believe I finished it. I think I got the top ramen or my ass, and I'd like stop listening to it because I wanted to listen to our next artist, but that's for later. So let's look at Honest because my favorite tracks off of this to this point were Mosh Pits, Bullied, and Honest. Invented it, of course, but like that was I played the hell out of that before I even turned on this. Rockstar P is good as hell too, but I'm gonna look at Honest. I guess Rockstar P and I guess Mosh Pit. Bullies is a really interesting product song, so I'm gonna look at those four. So, an everyone's voice, Beaches drop. Okay, Baby King is humble to model. Okay, now here's the part that's really worth listening to. Those keys are shimmering. The drums drop, and my roof is now my neighbor's house. What a switch up, man! I can't help but hear a baby version of Kendrick. Imagine if Kendrick Lamar and Dennis the Menace did a fusion dance. That's something important. This guy sounds a lot like Kendrick. If you've listened to some of the Kendrick, I guess baby voices, I guess the mag will be talking about a lot of the song. His very high pitched, screechy voice he does from certain songs. Like he did it on Compton by Dre for a little bit, and he does a lot more in his features than he does in his own songs. But his high pitched voice, the more nasally one he embraces, it sounds a lot like Baby Keem's normal speaking voice quite often. Uh, there's one verse I need to find, and it's important. We really need to look and read no more. This one verse, this one lyric is quite literally one of the most interesting lyrics that I've heard this year, and it's mainly because I relate to it so much. All right, here we go. Here we go. If I'm editing this video right now, cut back to this. Tag some extra if you come to my show. Let's go. She got rock star pussy. She don't get cold. She got rock star pussy. She don't get old. Bitch tall. Put tissues in my insoles. I like look. Okay, a lot of people, even J. Cole himself has said it before, a lot of the artists in today's game seem to be shorter than ever. Hip hop's always had some really short artists, but bigger than life personalities. I feel like a lot of guys nowadays like so boisterous you don't even believe they're that tall. Artists, you know what? One of my favorite Twitter trends is artists being compared to Megan Thee Stallion, who wears heels quite often, but is naturally 5'10", which is I feel like the average rapper height is like 5'7", 5'8", maybe. which this is distinct as someone who was a little bit shorter than 5'10" and identifies 5'10". It's a distinct difference between a 5'10", supposedly, and a legit 5'10". I was probably like 5'8" and a half, and I was identifying as 5'10" in high school. This is a difference. It's noticeable. If you talk to women who women usually don't care about your emotion when it comes to height. It's just something they love to point fun at. But this is not a personal thing. So we read this quote about Keem, comma baby. I used to, growing up too, I used to put tissues in my shoes whenever it's in my bottoms or in the front just to make the shoe fit. We do that a lot growing up. I don't do it anymore. I'm too old for that. I feel like he did this more to make shoes fit than he did to like match up the height of the woman. But you could do it for either purpose. Let's look at baby Keem height. And moving on from that, um, a tape I like quite a bit. We're gonna go to another tape that I like quite a bit. I already messed up. Baby Kodie, not Kodie Shane, who to this point I got that down right that that's not Kodie Shane, and there's a relation between Baby Kodie and Kodie Shane. But in that one instance, I messed it up. So we have Baby Kodie who recently dropped this. I believe some of the songs on here were from earlier this year, but I guess they just put it out there as a compilation and then threw it on the streaming services. No Friends and Kodie. Uh, One of my favorite, I guess it's more of an EP than a mixtape. One of my favorite EPs, I suppose, of the year. Quite a few instances where I feel like I was listening to Freeway 3 over again, which you gotta listen to Freeway 3. It's one of the best low key rap albums of the year. Not the same low key as in relevance, but low key as in like the sound. I guess lo-fi be more acute. There's a lot of people in that lane now where it's just kind of like very low voice volume wise. TLOP4 also a couple songs like that where it's just you drop the hook, drop a little bit of verse, and you give them the vibe. Draco the Ruler did that 2 years ago also, and this is of the same ilk. Although this is very much like Lucky. A lot of times I feel like I'm listening to like a Lucky cast off. Although I think this guy's his other tape Baby Kodie from what I listened to. I believe it's called Baby Kodie. Where is it at? No, 22319. This right here sounds like a guy that's an original artist, like an actual artist that like has his own sound and does his own thing. I just assume that he's trying to do something different with the tape I just mentioned a while back. But this is a guy that's like legitimately, I feel like an interesting artist. Let's see his raising up. I want to say Houston. That's the vibe I gotta say. He's a Texas artist. Houston. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm throwed freestyle kind of gave it away, but he's only 17. Well, he's 17 May 13th. So more than likely it's like 19 or 18 right now. Um, Very low key like guy. Like he even on KCT, which isn't as woke as they used to be as far as finding new talent and new sounds. Unfortunately, um, they only 11 pages for a guy that has quite a bit of work in his discog. Co-signed by Brock Hampton, Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty, that's another guy that's pretty similar in sound stylistically, uh, volume wise especially. You know, self-proclaimed teen icon that hails from Houston, by far one of the most fire artists emerging the underground. Only 18. I may have named himself. Icy Twat. If you like Icy Twat's production, and you like DBSB, that might be a little bit similar to this. Not by a lot, but just like reminiscent, maybe like a little bit, kind of like a little bit. But yeah, moving on from that. I really like this tape. I Might Be, which unfortunately is like no lyrics online, is one of my favorite tracks of this entire year. It's kind of like, and I keep on bringing up Lucky, and I really don't mean to, but it's like when on Lucky, like on Freeway 3, where you got the few songs where like he actually gave you like two verses and a full thematic and a full thought out like just verse like in the intent of making a full song and not just a vibrant melody. You got to see some of his full like potential as a rapper. Like he's legitimately good at making melodies that can last 3 minutes or close to 3 minutes, and it sounds like good, like legitimately good. For me, more than ever, I believe fit that vein. Pete's Dream was not quite as long or thought out, but it was it's pretty good. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of the type of instances I mentioned, they're not going to be on this album. They'll be more like on Free Wave One, a couple other tapes. Like his purpose for songs changes from album to album, but like it's just great. Like his hook on this. Let me see what was it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. All right, so here's I believe this is verse. I want to say verse one. He kind of switches up the hook every other like chorus. And the verse, like you get the verse and then you get like the hook, different hook, and then whatever. Um, so what do he do? And this is supposed to be like a people pointing out like what he brings to the table as a rapper or whatever. What does he do? He disrespect hoes and act like he cool. Okay, what does he do? He disrespect hoes and act like he cool, and then he responds like, "Bitch, what do you do? Making the music nobody probably listening to." And it's in the context of the song and then the hooks and the beat. It's so it comes over so well. Bitch, what do you do that music no one's listening to? Hey, I'm just giving a recommendation. You listen to it however you want to. You think about it however you want to. It's not as a tape. There's a couple moments where like you pretty much get like almost no lyricism, no rapping. It's just kind of like beat. He may say a couple words and then that's it. But the guy knows how to put out a pretty interesting sounding project, I believe. And I think that No Friends is a really good producer based on this tape alone. His tag, do you have any friends? I don't know where that's from. I feel like I probably heard that before somewhere. But I think he's going to be one of the more interesting artists next year. He could probably make a Icy Twat type of producer run. Um, I wouldn't say Pierre because that's like an exponential jump from where he's at right now. Um, but it's on the table, I guess. Like it could happen. But Icy Twat's probably like a good like ceiling for where he could go. And Cody Shane, or I did again, Baby Kodie, it'd be really interesting to see if he gets a couple of good features down the way. He gets a right feature like on an Uno, or that's what I meant to compare him to was Uno. That's a pretty big inspiration. I feel like if you got like a Uno or a I guess a Fawny, in the same lane. Let's see. He had the Matzo cosign. That'd be nice to see him on a Matzo track. Any one of those like Atlanta trap niggas that's from like the current era, he can make a good change up in terms of like having a low energy but high rapping caliber type of switch up to something like the high energy but like pretty much no rapping that a lot of Atlanta cats getting right now. But yeah, that's just me. I hope you all peep these two artists because I really like Baby Keem already has a pretty good following, but Baby Kodie already, I think he only has like 27,000 listeners monthly on Spotify. So he definitely has a lot of room for growth. And I think you should get on the wagon as soon as you can. Peace.